But I want to welcome in our powerhouse panel. We'll start with the co-host of Wake Up America Weekend, Allison Maloney, political analyst Mark Halpern, and National Advisory Board member, Project 21, Christopher Arps. So, Chris, I want to go to you first. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, his compensation for immigrants is being, the illegal immigrants that is being handled by a different department. I'm going to take a listen to what he said.
The figures of compensation that is being handled by the Department of Justice is in the context of Federal Tort Claims Act cases, as distinct from the Family Reunification Task Force that we in the Department of Homeland Security operate, and bringing those families together.
Yeah, so they're talking about $450,000 potentially going to these migrants that are coming across the border. Just for perspective here, Chris, if you die in the line of service as a military veteran or military serving overseas, your family only gets $400,000. What do you say about that?
I think that's why so many Americans are upset when they found out about this. You know, the president once again seems to be out of the loop. He didn't know about the France submarine deal, and now he's saying that he didn't know anything about this payout, even though the ACLU says that this is going to happen. I can't think of a bigger incentive for illegal aliens to come to America than the potential of getting a $500,000 payout.
Yeah, well, the memes almost write themselves, Mark. They had one of these memes where it was one of those house hunters thing. They were like, illegal immigrant 1 and 2, budget on house $450,000. What do you think about this as far as normal people sitting at home are like, wait a minute, you're going to give someone $500,000 for nothing?
The craziest thing about this is the country needs comprehensive immigration reform of some sort. The parties need to work it out. The White House says that's what they want. Their failure to control the border and their apparent attempt to pay people ridiculous amounts of money make the prospect of any legislation on immigration impossible. And Joe Biden better figure this out, or it will hurt him politically. It'll hurt the country. Yeah,
Allison, if you had some new neighbors that were just gifted, for, let's say, a couple, $900,000, wouldn't you be a little annoyed that you worked pretty hard for your money?
Absolutely. Look, it's America Last, right? That's what the Democrats are running on, really. And think about the people who came here legally, Carl, right? They did everything they were supposed to do. They went through the process. And they came here legally. And now they're seeing people that are coming here illegally, crossing the border, getting $450,000. Again, you have fallen soldiers' families aren't even getting that. I mean, it's horrible. It's, despicable. And as Chris said, Biden didn't really know what was going on. He's like, no, we're not going to do that. And again, he's lost. He's lost in the dark.
Yeah, this comes on the back of like when Chicago was like, we're going to pay people not to shoot folks. It's like, oh, are you kidding me? So, all right, Mark, Deputy Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre said that the White House does not support the president's, or does support the $450,000 payout for families separated at the border. Listen to this.
The president is perfectly comfortable with the Department of Justice settling with the individuals and families who are currently in litigation with the U.S. government.
So yes, no, there's some back and forth. Biden's for it, he's not for it. I mean, is the message not that clear, Mark?
Carl, you win the early leader for understatement of the day award.
I mean, it's only 7:04, so.
I know, but you're the leader. I'm not saying you'll win in the end. Look, I watched that briefing yesterday. That was just painful, all over the map. And their lack of transparency on this is a piece of the way they've been on immigration in general. You got a policy. If you can't, as Joe Manchin likes to say, if you can't defend it, you shouldn't vote for it. You shouldn't support it. I don't think they can defend this, and yet they're still letting it hang out there.
Yeah. So, Chris, go ahead.
I was going to say, what's ironic too is that the Democrats are starting to get a lot of flank from their black constituents, saying that there's not a lot of attention that's being paid to them. But then you have a black spokesman that's talking about giving $400,000 to illegal immigrants. What does that say to your most loyal constituency?
Yeah, that is a huge point, and that's why I think there's been such inroads made with the Republican Party for a lot of these things. But I want to get back to election night, Allison. Speaker Nancy Pelosi says that she's very scientific when it comes to elections. Take a look at this.
I think there were other issues at work in that election, and it remains not for me to make an observation unsubstantiated by data and science and fact. I'm very scientific about elections, district by district, within the district, region by region, and we'll see what that is. But it was not a good night. So let's just not go away from that.
So the master legislator, could have just summed that whole thing up with just that last sentence. It was not a good night for her party.
Yeah, that's your soundbite. It's scientific. Listen, trust the science, right? I
Right.
mean, I don't know what she's talking about. Again, it was a horrible night for Democrats. This is a sign of what we can see in 2022. And they really don't have anything else to say.
Right. That's true. And Chris, back to your point, we were talking about the most loyal demographic to the Democratic Party. What do you think they're saying after that election with the fact that that basically Youngkin was called this massive racist the entire time? And then this woman comes out as his running mate, who is an absolute rock star, former Marine. Her speech was just off the chart. What do you say to something like that?
And not even that, you have the Attorney General who is Hispanic. So it was a clean sweep of the top three offices there in Virginia. And I think it just shows that Virginians want competent people. They don't care what their gender, race, or sexuality is. They want competence.
Exactly. Mark, it's not that we don't like you, we're just out of time, but we appreciate our all-star panel being here today.